What is the reason that Carolina Journal started looking at this?
First of all was the role of the railroad, because again, the railroad, nowhere in where we could find that the railroad had some idea that part of its mission was to handle economic development outside its corridor. This is far outside its corridor. So first of all, why is the railroad involved? Well, the simple answer is the North Carolina Railroad has powers of eminent domain. So it
to
could
take property with
condemn,
just compensation.
That's right. It could condemn private property from unwilling landowners if that's what the organizers of this megasite wanted to do. And there's some evidence that they're going to have to do some of that because, for one thing, getting water and sewer down there is something that's going to require some easements, if not some actual use of eminent domain. And getting electricity to the site. There's not sufficient power, access to the power grid to run an auto manufacturing facility there. So you're going to have easements going across private property to put in huge transmission lines. And that's something that the railroad can do that, let's say, a private developer couldn't do. And that's one reason that there's significant local opposition to this project.
Let's talk about that opposition. Folks in the area, some of them presumably would say, hey, we'd like some more jobs here, but not everybody's thrilled about this.
There are several landowners there who don't want to sell, or they put it this way, they would like to sell their entire property and just get out. Or they want this site not to be located here because they don't want their parcels of, some of them have very large parcels of land that they just don't want to be sliced up by power lines or sewer lines or things like that. They want their property intact. And so they're going to force eminent domain to be used and possibly challenge these things in court if needed to protect their property, or they're going to say, this is what I'll sell for, take it or leave it. And so you've got that opposition.
And that would be the railroad power.
That's right, the railroad's power of eminent domain. And then secondly, you've got other people who are saying, this really isn't the best location for this kind of site.